Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio podcast here on YouTube and wherever you can hear us from on the internet. Joining me, as always, Beans, Chucks, and Will. The whole gang's here. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Full house?
Yeah. Should I not say folks? Should I say something else?
I said full house.
Oh, full house. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I
Oh.
said folks. Yeah, we got... Oh, there you go. I was gonna say we have a little bit of a lot to get to. That being one of them is the drink of choice. For me, it's a red cream soda. About to pop open a lemonade because it's been hot over here.
Any more murderous hailstone?
No, it was raining earlier. And considering like the initial forecast was like it was supposed to be thunderstorms all this weekend, but we got like a spritz of rain, thankfully. So there's that. We've been having some electrical issues here, so if the show goes out, I apologize ahead of time. But I think we've isolated the problem, and it shouldn't affect anything, but just as a heads up, you know, in case that happens.
Fair dues.
Okay.
Is there anyone else here?
Right? I was just like, okay, just all right. Nobody seems to care if the show goes down or anything like that. It happens.
Chucks is doing a sponsored silence, possibly by having a power cut. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing an impression of me.
We lost him.
Did
No, I'm here.
we? Oh, there we go.
I was trying, but you caught me.
Nearly.
Yeah, it's hard to stay silent when people call you out on it.
Yeah, it really is.
So we have a little bit to get to. Not many stories, if you will. We've got SummerSlam. We've got I don't know if you saw the Steve Austin show after Raw. We'll talk about that. It looks pretty cool. And also King of the Ring. This upcoming Monday on Raw begins with the 16, I believe. Let me see here. Let me count real quick. Yeah, that's 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 16 guys in this year's King of the Ring. One of them will win it. And we'll get into maybe some predictions with that as well. So, how are you guys doing? Where should we start first? Should we get into the prediction game? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can do.
All right, if that's what you want to do,
All right, well, let's get the papers.
let's
rustled.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you would catch me on the week's SummerSlam, look up the results here quickly. We started off with the pre-show kickoff, where Drew Gulak defeated Oni Lorcan,
With the long finger.
and
This huge finger.
Yeah.
it's huge, yeah. And yeah, I remember this is the show that we all predicted the same thing, so it's not going to be that interesting going through the results here. We all predicted Gulak, so well done, everyone. We're all on a level playing field. Did anyone see the match? I didn't see it.
I did.
You
yeah.
did?
Yeah, I
Very
did.
good.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
It was quite mat based, wasn't it, for a cruiserweight match?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think didn't Gulak go up to the top rope a couple times, or am I hallucinating that?
Probably, but I can't remember.
Okay.
Wow. A ringing endorsement.
I don't feel that's any reflection on them. I just think that this was a week ago and it was a pre-show.
And it also doesn't help that there's like 15 matches on the card either.
Exactly. I can barely remember what matches did happen.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this segues into that, but here's a match that we didn't even know was going to happen. During the pre-show, I get a tweet saying, how about these matches? We had to predict on the fly. So, ones we didn't mention last week, but happened, and we predicted anyway, all the same, of course. Buddy Murphy defeated Apollo Crews by disqualification when Rowan ran in beat up Buddy Murphy, and actually spoke for the first time since he was a Bludgeon Brother.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
keep my name out of your mouth. Which
Oh,
actually,
hit you with a hammer.
he's halfway to doing. Like, if he just got rid of the other name as well, he wouldn't have a name. That would solve everyone's problem.
What? He's got a name?
Yeah, he doesn't want people saying his name. I guess that's why he dropped the Eric, right? And he's just Rowan now. If he just dropped the Rowan as well, problem solved. You could get away with murder.
And people would just start calling him a roided garden gnome.
Is he roided?
Well, if you look at a garden gnome and then look at him.
Yeah.
I used
He
to
doesn't
always
have the
think.
hat. He needs a gnome hat.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
I used to always think Harper and Rowan was a great name for a solicitor.
Kind of is. I was thinking we could also name him his old ring name, Thorif Marius. That's a strong name.
Well, at least everyone keeps that name out of the mouth.
Yeah.
Thorif Marius. That's a good name, man. Oh, he apparently, according to Wiki, he began feuding with Brody Hoofer. It's also pretty good. Brody Hoofer.
Really?
Exactly.
Luke Harper.
I didn't see this one either. I only saw the highlights of him, of Buddy Murphy being attacked.
That was pretty
Did
much
anything
all the
happen
main
before that?
things. The match didn't go
Yeah.
on that long until it happened.
Okay. Speaking of Apollo Crews, does anyone remember when Chad Gable was being all creepy and stalking him for
Yes.
2 weeks?
Yes, with
Yeah.
the clipboard and how they just completely
Yep.
dropped that.
They don't remember.
Speaking of names, remember when he was just Apollo for a bit?
Yeah, when there was a mass shooter or something called
Yeah.
Crews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. There's also one of the richest paid Hollywood actors in the world with a surname Cruz. But, you don't see him rushing to change his name by depot.
Yeah. So he's named after, isn't it? Terry Crews.
Pretty much.
Old Spice.
Then we had a surprise match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, new women's tag champions, defeating the old tag champions, the Iconics, so all remains the same there. And we all predicted those as well. So we're 3 for 3 on the pre-show.
Yeah. So
Anything
some
about
ex-
this match at all?
some
It's just a
extra
thing that
points
happened.
there. They had what was it? Alexa coming out as Buzz Lightyear, and Corey Graves was going completely insane on commentary.
He
He did make you
completely
laugh.
ripped it apart, didn't
Yeah.
He made me piss my sides when he said, "Oh look, he's tagged in Nikki. Woody.
Woody,
There's
yeah.
a snake
Oh,
in
yeah.
my boots."
he?
Awesome. It's a good comedy, right?
Yeah.
And we opened the show, also women's division. Becky Lynch beat Natalya in a submission match where rope breaks just weren't a thing.
Nope.
Don't know why.
Yeah, I didn't get them.
They shouldn't be. In fact, technically, if the only way you can win is by submission, that the action could have spilled out of the ring, and could have had extracurricular activities, if you will.
That's right,
Wait,
innit?
what?
Because even when Austin and Brett had their submission match, when Austin was going, he couldn't use the ropes to break the hold
Right?
Why?
because it's a submission match.
Yeah, but ropes break the submission.
No, the submission
Yeah.
match doesn't have any rules. They were smashing each other with chairs.
Well, I mean, that has to be clarified beforehand.
Yeah.
But that's why he
I
passed
agree.
out, because he was trying to press up out of the sharpshooter rather than going for the ropes.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's the rules, then that's the rules. But that's not implied in the submission match.
Oh, I've always just assumed it.
Oh. I always assumed the opposite. I don't see any reason why that should be assumed. But
I'm kind of with Chuck. I thought the rope would break. The whole.
I don't know. Usually the rope breaks are off in the video game.
well,
So
that's what we should go on.
yeah.
Well, if we're going off
Check the
2K rule.
I do actually have the rule book around here somewhere.
And to be honest, if we're going from the video game rules, as soon as Goldberg hit that spear on Dolph first time round, TKO should have flashed across my screen. Either that or Mortal Kombat's fatality.
Nicholas'
He
spine just
murdered
explodes
him.
out the back.
Nearly did.
Yeah, it probably would have done that. His cells on the. Actually, we'll get to that. So Becky Lynch.
Sorry.
We all get points except for Smoot. He went for one of his wacky things. Natalia winning in Canada, as if that's going to happen.
I thought
So that's the
maybe
only thing.
something like something wacky would have happened. Maybe fucking Ronda would have came out and just backstabbed Natty or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Or Sasha could come back a day early.
Can I just say, Smoot, on your prediction sheet, I know you've wrote Iconics, but because obviously you've used the two eyes and it's done one, it looks like it says Lick Conics.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I'll fix that. I think Excel might have.
It's just because the next letter obviously isn't capitalized, because we actually use grammar and spelling,
Right,
and
yeah.
unlike WWE.
It's a brand name. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Can I also just point out before we go any further, what happened to the TV14 thing?
Apparently that was a mistake. One of the pay-per-view providers just wrote it, and it was never supposed to be TV14.
Bastard. I was proper gutted.
Although, that said, Bray Wyatt's entrance was edited for, I think it was the YouTube clip.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I thought
Okay.
I didn't know about the mistake. You might be right, but after watching it, I assumed it was because of the Wyatt thing.
Probably. But they have it listed as PG on the network.
Yeah, I
Which-
saw that, and I was like, oh.
I don't know. That may just be different ratings, meaning different things. But yeah, apparently that was just one pay-per-view provider, and that's where that story came from. Who knows?
Also, going back real quick to the Alexa match earlier, because it was SummerSlam, they brought out the augmented reality graphics, and
Oh yeah.
I don't think you caught it live, Chucks, because you said you didn't see the match, but the entrance was really weird because they had these like weird floating heads,
Oh yeah.
and they had one for
That's-
Nikki and whatnot. Yeah, there we go. Just
Oh,
on the
yeah.
stream. Yeah. Looked absolutely terrifying because it was like a close-up shot of Alexis first. I was like,
Yeah.
ah!
That's TV14, if anything.
Yeah, that's 14 right there. There you go.
It's for Abigail.
Yeah, that is weird. Creepy as hell. So, right, Becky wins. Then we move on to Goldberg. So Smoot gets a point for this one. We all do. He's back to winning ways, as is Goldberg himself. Spears Ziggler, pins him, beats him. Ziggler's not happy. Does the old Jeff Hardy thing. You ain't beat me yet. Gets another spear. And then again. That's the third one. Didn't need to do the other spears, I think. Could have just won and been done with it. But
I thought it was
The
a
bumps
good
were
way of
great.
doing it.
it was
Yeah,
weird
I
to see
thought
Ziggler
so.
flip up onto his head.
It was about as a creative way and subtler way to make the segment longer with Goldberg without it just being the squash thing.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
Same.
I didn't have a major problem with it. I just thought the match was enough.
I like the fact
Coach.
that Ziggler said dipshit and then got censored,
Yeah.
but they didn't censor it on the closed captioning. There we go. I also like that they actually went back and tried to correct the transcript there live. That's great.
It must be automated then. They can't have someone actually typing that out.
I don't know.
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
I'm going to say that bit where it pauses with the dash at the end of that sentence, Moo. That was the point. Vince McMahon smacked him over the head.
Yeah, that's true. If it was automated, there wouldn't be those dashes for pauses, would there?
Right.
Someone must be writing that out, and I guess they didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to write dipshit. Kind of like the foreign announce teams, they get away with murder up there. They can say whatever they want because it's in French and no one knows.
Apparently, Matt Riddle was NXT's Matt Riddle was doing the watch-along show at the same time on YouTube.
Did he say anything about Goldberg? I know he doesn't like Goldberg.
Apparently, he spent most of the match slagging him off. And apparently, yes, he met with him after or before the show, sorry, and there was a bit of a confrontation. But nothing came of it, obviously. But
No. Riddle's been going after a lot of people on the Twitter.
Just pretty much Goldberg's like, I'm not your bro.
Yeah, it's a little argument. What, Booker and Jericho?
Didn't he go after Brock as well at one stage?
Really?
Not in person, but he's definitely said things on Twitter about him.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty much gone after everyone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
They should actually make something of it, but I don't think they will.
Nah.
Yeah, definitely not going to do anything between Goldberg and Matt Riddle, because they're not going to let Matt Riddle beat Goldberg, and Goldberg had never agreed to it in the first place.
Goldberg, I think, would quite literally kill him.
I don't know. I think Riddle would probably kill Goldberg.
Okay, now I want to see the match.
We just made a match.
Just like that, just sold him on it.
Well, I know he's not working with Jericho. He's not working with Booker. He's not working with Lance Storm. So I don't really know what it is unless it's just character building.
They've actually, I don't know if you're reading too much into this or not, but WWE, excuse me, I've actually clipped out the comments he made on the watch along show.
Oh, right.
And put them as a separate video on YouTube.
Oh. They put them out of the network and just put them up for free?
No, but the watch along wasn't on the network, was it? It was on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so rather than having to watch the whole 3-hour show to find his comments, they've...
I thought you meant they actually cut them out, but then posted.
No, I'm sorry. No.
You mean a copy and paste rather than a cut and paste? I get you. Oh, well, that's good. They should do that because that's what we want to see. Goldberg wins. Surprise, surprise. Then AJ beat Ricochet to retain the US title. And I think we all predicted Styles, so more points.
Ricochet looked awesome dressing as Nightwing.
Kinda.
He did. Yeah.
There was a lot of people who thought he just looked like he was one of the girls wrestling in the Middle East, though. You know, they have to wear like the full bodysuit.
Yeah, but it's kind of difficult when you pick a character called Nightwing and he wears exactly what he wore.
Well, but then why is he wrestling as Nightwing? Isn't Nightwing Robin?
Yeah, but Ricochet and he had the R on the chest the same man.
Robin's a sidekick. He's not even like the main guy.
Yeah, but Robin turns into Nightwing because of things that happen.
There's things that happen.
I can't remember what it is. It's something to do with Joker and getting killed nearly and things.
Yeah. I'm sure it's cool. One of the biggest superheroes at the moment. There was also a lot of commenting about when you've got abs like Ricochet, why would you cover up? I think it was Corey Graves that said like There's not many people that look like that. Why would you wear? You're not Tommy Dreamer. Like, what the hell?
It's true, yeah.
Styles wins, retains the US title. Was the match any good?
Oh yeah.
I didn't think it was as good as it could have been. I think they can do more. It wasn't bad, but it's a little bit of a throwaway match to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I think time restraints didn't help them because it was kind of like you said. Remember when you were saying about the Styles and Nakamura when they had that Mania match where the whole of it felt like the first part of what could have been an epic match? It was that kind of thing. It had a good ending though. The move at the end was mental.
Yeah, there's something about Ricochet. He's just not taking off. No personality. I know he's so much better than this.
I think it's just that thing again of it's kind of like Finn Balor that it just doesn't no personality projects through the screen. Whereas you know that the guys are, you know, like if you ever see specials on them or backstage stuff with them where they're prattling around or whatever, you think that, you know, they are the people. They're not just cardboard cutouts, but it just doesn't translate on TV very well at the minute.
And pushing the guy as like the spectacular guy who can fly, whatever, it doesn't. No one really cares. Like it's fun to see Evan Bourne do his move or Neville do his move, but that's it. There's never anything more than that. I feel like he's already that guy.
Yeah.
Shame. Same as how they always want a new Rey Mysterio, and just putting a guy in a mask isn't gonna do it. Needs to be more.
Yeah, and the thing is every time that they get someone that's a high flyer, they have to be the underdog. So 9 times out of 10, they're gonna lose. So the fact that you're calling him a superhero and he does this awesome like Marvel entrance, and then just has a match and loses, you know, it just you do kind of lose it. Because the thing is there's people that, I mean, it's a stupid comparison in some ways, but Brock Lesnar doesn't have the mic skills in the same way. But because of his physical performances and the fact that he's booked as a monster and no one can touch him half the time.
And he's got a great manager.
And, yeah, but that's what gets him over. Whereas Ricochet's doing different types of physical feats in the ring, still just as amazing, but because also he's not getting booked in that fashion or taken that seriously on the card, I think that's what also doesn't help him.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You kind of know that he's only ever going to get to a certain point and this is about it. I feel the same about Ali. Like, Ali's good.
Yeah.
But I don't need to ever hear about someone who has a lot of heart. It's not interesting. Doesn't really mean anything.
No. You'd like to just see it happen naturally in the performance in the ring through body language rather than someone telling you that they've got a great heart or a commentator giving them a nickname and constantly calling them an underdog.
Yeah. Yeah. And the sound effects in the music is pew pew pew.
Yeah.
Good. Bailey beat Ember Moon, and I'm kicking myself because I was going with Bailey and then I changed it to be different. I lost a point here. This is my turn to lose a point. You all get them. Well done.
No.
Yeah, I don't actually remember anything about this one. What happened?
This was probably the weakest match of the night, I think. Not because it was a poor match as such. It just had no... It didn't feel like it had anything on the line. Because it was a match just thrown together. They're struggling to try and get Bailey to connect with fans. And like I say, it weren't a bad match. But it just felt like everyone used it as an opportunity to get beers, go to the toilet, or just not care for a bit. Because, you know, fatigue's a thing in these things.
Yeah. doesn't help that it was also the third women's match on the show, and the other two were obviously much more important.
Yeah,
this
it
was for a
was
title, and yet they had, the Becky match, which has got Becky in it, and there was a Charlotte versus Trish match, which went on later than this. It's going nowhere. Then Kevin Owens beat Shane to keep his job. Smoot loses another point here. What was your thinking, Smoot? Shane beats everyone?
Yeah. And Elias would have done something more besides being an enforcer. I thought maybe Drew McIntyre would have gotten involved. I think maybe...
Yeah, why didn't he?
I think maybe the Revival would have interfered and fiddled around with this match. I don't know.
Well, that's all good points. Shane has a lot of friends and they just didn't show up.
Yeah.
They weren't doing anything else.
Made no sense.
Made no sense.
I thought this was a bit of a strange match anyway, because of just the way it came about. And Owens, I don't know, it was just a bit more of a match than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be a bit more of a brawl in it. And considering the whole thing was about how Owens wanted to get his hands on Shane, and he just kind of wrestled him. Do you know what I mean? It was just a bit... Only because obviously the story's been suggesting like the Steve Austin storyline of old, where, as soon as Austin got in the ring with Vince, it was like, he just kicked the crap out of him for... and this he didn't, and it was a bit... I don't know. But I was glad that Shane didn't feel the need to, he didn't do his jump off the top rope, did he? And his elbow to the outside for a change. And
no, he's a heel now. He can't do anything cool. Not allowed to jump off stuff.
Yeah.
Which just means more terrible punches. Which is great.
Yeah. And also as well, because like you said, you had Elias who just like kept getting involved, and then you got Owens saying things like, "Are you serious? Are you really going to do that?" and stuff like that. And you're thinking, hang on a minute, you've been murdering him leading up to this. And I know that he's supposed to be an official and you can't do it, but I don't know. I thought his arguing to it was just a bit unlike the character that he's been showing in the last few weeks. Anyway, it was only small things, but it was alright. It wasn't bad.
There's more of that on SmackDown. We'll probably get to. Then Charlotte beat Trish. This went on for a lot longer than I thought it would, and was okay, but I didn't need to see 17 minutes of it. Charlotte's all round, so we all get points. Yay.
I really enjoyed this.
Really?
Yeah, it was okay.
I think this was one of the better matches of the night, to be honest.
I see where you're coming from. It was a little bit longer, but yeah, didn't have a major issue with it really.
Yeah, yes. Trish may be better than I thought she'd be, but I don't know. Not. She's maybe women's wrestling has passed her by is probably the safest way of saying it. She was fine considering she hasn't wrestled for so long, singles and a meaningful match like this. Even in her prime, she didn't wrestle 17 minutes regularly.
Yeah, sure.
That's credit where it's due. Kofi. Now this sucked. Kofi and Randy Orton just kind of ended. What the hell was that all about? We all lost points for this too.
Don't look at my kid, man.
Yeah, don't look at my kid. That's it.
Even though my kid is trying to fight you.
You're right. This one did kind of suck. I just was not expecting that verbiage to be
disappointment of the evening.
Oh yeah. Like I didn't even know it was a double countout until I don't even think the announcers made a mention
They
of
didn't
it.
say anything.
No, it just ended. Yeah, like I agree with Chucks. It's just it stopped because Randy Orton was gonna probably RKO Kofi's son or whatever. Yeah, This was terrible. I think somebody else pointed out that like this is the second or third SummerSlam in a row where the WWE title match has ended in a countout.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause they did it with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe with the family angle last year as well.
Yeah.
When his wife and daughter was there, and then his daughter was like, "Get away from me, Dad!"
Samoa Joe beat AJ by DQ, apparently. I think maybe... Did AJ hit him with a chair, I think?
Ah, right, yeah, probably. I just remember... I remember afterwards... Yeah, I remember afterwards, like, AJ went into the crowd and then tried to hug his... I think he was bleeding as well. And he went to go and hug his daughter, and his daughter was, like, trying to get out of his arms and back to the mum, like, ah! Who is this person? I'm your dad.
But then the year before, 2017, Jinder beat Shinsuke Nakamura.
Jesus.
Apparently it was just a clean finish.
Jinder, wow.
No, this was like in WrestleMania 19, this thing. Compared to bloody Jinder Mahal.
In the Cobra Clutch and executed the Callis to retain his title. Yeah. There's some interference, but it's relatively clean. Also, 2 years ago, SummerSlam 2017 featured AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with Shane McMahon as the guest referee. Remember, Shane didn't see Kevin's... what was it? A foot on the rope? There's something he didn't see. He kicked out or his shoulder was up, but Shane didn't see it. Yeah. And that started the feud for the first time. So this has been going on for 2 years now.
2 years too many.
Yeah. Don't need to see it anymore. They've already done Hell in a Cell. What was next then? Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon, Kofi. The debut of The Fiend. Who wants to talk about The Fiend's entrance?
I do, because it was incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
This is where your TV 14 rating came into play, by the way.
Yeah.
With that
Definitely.
lantern, especially.
This was like 2019 Undertaker.
Yeah, it was along those lines, and I think even Graves mentioned it at the end of the match.
Yeah, he did actually, yeah.
But yeah,
and I
you're
hope
right.
he is but the same.
Well, that's the big thing now, isn't it? What do you do with him?
Yeah, some people were talking afterwards saying like, "Oh, I hope he goes for Seth Rollins for the title." It's like,
straight away?
No, don't, because he ain't gonna beat him.
And they left him off TV this week because they don't want him to be so regular.
Good.
Yeah.
It wants to be a bit of a surprise when he shows up. So making him the champion, unless you're going to do the Brock Lesnar thing, not for the best.
Apparently, all of his mates is sold out already on the website. So, yeah.
And again, they just like now it needs to go back to like the Firefly Funhouse for a bit and build it again. You know what I mean? Don't have him just coming out as Fiend. You know, you've got to use it sparingly and make it mean something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I agree.
But
I
yeah,
had a suggestion that his next feud should be with Luke Harper. There's the old connection. Maybe Luke Harper tries to get the real Bray back, but just gets killed because he's leaving anyway. Why not just destroy him, write him out? 2 months, short thing. Bray goes over really strong. You actually kill off the character on his way out.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you're not pushing Wyatt to the top straight away. It's a nice filler feud, but it builds him up at the expense of someone who you don't care about. It makes sense from a storyline.
he should go on for the next. I suspect it's going to be different because it'll be up till Mania, but he should really for the next 12 months just be someone that just picks victims kind of thing and just absolutely mauls people. And then when he actually does get to that point of when he chooses to face a champion kind of thing, it's like that oh shit moment. But I suspect that he'd probably be pushed towards that direction come Mania time. Well, it still can be done right because there's a lot of friggin' TV between now and then.
Oh, jeez, yeah, definitely.
I don't know if they'll want to rush him to the title for Mania.
I just worry because I just think again, Bray Wyatt had this kind of thing when he came onto the TV. When he came in as a character the first time round, everyone had a similar kind of this is awesome. He's something different. He needs to be used right. And every feud he was ever in, he lost.
Yeah.
And as soon as he faced Cena at that WrestleMania 30, that was it. He was done in my eyes because it was just.
Yeah.
So the sheer fact that you've managed to achieve this at the moment is you've got a second chance at doing something really special. Please do not book him in a bloody program with someone like Cena at Mania and have him lose.
Yeah, it's true.
Because it does worry me. As awesome as he is, it will not take long for them to screw it up.
Well, the only thing that makes me want to think that is if they see that his merch is selling well, then it's all about money, innit? They'll push him down our throats like they've done with Cena and Reigns and everyone else who sold well. But hopefully
they'll not understand it's working now.
Yeah,
what you're doing now is working. Don't change what you're doing now.
Right. I've seen a report. I mean, it's only a report. It's all rumour, but the story was now his merch is selling well. There's talk that if he does win a title, he's going to have a custom belt. So they'll want that to sell.
It's getting way ahead of themselves.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'd be okay. If there was on Raw tomorrow, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend and The Fiend wins for the title, I would be okay with that.
I don't think I'd be totally against it, but at the same time, you're limiting what he can do in the future by doing it. Yeah,
because it's one of them things where how long can he hold it? You're going to have to get it off him at some point.
Well, look at Wyatt when he won the title as Wyatt. He was after he lost it, he was pretty much no one.
Well, the thing is that you have to think that he actually bleeding won it.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's he defended it at a Mania for crying out loud.
No, God, let's not think about it.
Do you know what? Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's that's insane. I know we're going down the maggot route, but
I hate going down the maggot route. It's the worst route, man.
It's better than the route that Orton took to the ring. Walking
on that WrestleMania on the giant sperm. I didn't mention in the last match he came out with huge turds looking at him.
He did.
You're right. Yeah.
Shiny turds. It's really unfortunate with the entrance graphics.
Oh, God.
Also, my problem with Wyatt winning the belt this week, as cool as it would be, that's a burial of Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. I'd like to think if they're going to do a custom belt as well, somehow it'd be as much thought goes into it as they did with that lamp.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know, have a segment where he, destroys the damn thing and it turns into whatever he can. I mean, if he it'd look right if he walked around with a smashed up belt with blood on it or something, because that's the character, it's like
hardcore title.
Yeah, but not got a piece of sellotape across the front of it that says hardcore.
You mean nothing like the 24/7 title?
Oh God!
Clearly made in 5 minutes.
I feel like I need to Photoshop the 24/7 title on Fiend's shoulders now, just to see how horrific it'll look.
There's a shot of what Chuck was talking about with the snake.
Oh, there it is.
Andy, you're fucked. Fucking anaconda.
It's just so budget. It doesn't look like either a snake or even a cartoon. What is that? Who was knocked that up in 5 minutes? It looks like something from a 2000 video game, an N64 era video game.
Yeah.
Just don't do it until it can look cool.
speaking of entrances, I only just during that match actually I only realised where Kofi keeps his pancakes
Behind the belt.
But wedges them behind the belt. They're looking really sweaty.
Oh yeah, there's been numerous times when he's pulled them right out from under there and like ate them, or thrown them to someone and they've ate them.
Did you see there's a clip going around Twitter? There's someone on the phone in like the front row, and he's chucking his pancakes and he gets them right in the head.
He has to have been aiming.
He must have been.
Pay attention.
It's SummerSlam. Pay attention.
Okay, where were we?
Just moving back a little bit on it, but the augmented thing, the one that did actually look really good was Ember Moon's.
Don't remember that one actually. Yeah.
They just had the red moon at the top of the screen as if it was above the stage, but because it was quite.
Oh, I think I did that before. I think, yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't something just floating in the air with everything round it to make it look false. It was like at the top of the screen, so obviously you couldn't see above it, so it looked a lot more.
It did look good, yeah.
A style.
Okay, is that? Yeah, it kind of. There's a moon there, and it kind of floats away. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's the same how they do it. You know when they do the one with Balor when they have all like the smoke on the top of the screen,
yeah,
like
that's
it's in the arena. That kind of style, because it's against a black backdrop, so it doesn't have an impact. But like you say, when you've got a 64-bit snake sat on the stage.
It's brown as well. Make it green. Snakes can be green.
Yeah.
Like
It's got red eyes as well, like fucking torches.
Yeah. No title for me for Finn, if you ask me. Not for Finn, for Bray Wyatt. I think he should be used to write off characters for a while. Finn Balor's taking a bit of time off. Have The Fiend kill him. Luke Harper's leaving. Kill him. Bring back Rusev if he wants some time off. Fiend can eat him. Anyone who's going away for a while.
Bring back Dean Ambrose. Kill him.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose. That's a good way out.
Again.
That kind of thing. And then he feels dangerous, when someone faces The Fiend, they don't come back.
If they want to go TV 14, he should take out Bailey.
He should take out Bailey. They should have Bailey be a really big fan of the Firefly Funhouse. She should be watching it really entertained, because, she is like 5 years old.
I was going to say, this is the kind of thing she'd be into.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just seeing that video of him fixing him.
I think I can cut this here. Fuck it. Yeah, as long as we don't have the audio playing.
He proper meant that. That was hey fucker. Put my fucking career on the line for you. Get off your fucking phone.
That's a hell of a shot, though.
Definitely. He's had to have practiced those shots. Just
he's been doing it for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
On house shows and everything.
Yeah.
He did that in front of his kids, man.
And that's a left-handed shot.
Yeah, southpaw too.
Really impressive.
That should be like his new finishing move.
Just check on pancakes, people.
Alright.
Just keep watching it. Great.
It is. That's amazing. Main event. This is something.
Reading the replies on that link to tweet of the video there. Reading the replies, and no one is giving credit to how good that throw was. It's all just pay attention to the champ.
Kofi himself actually replied to him.
Yeah, keep your head on a swivel. WWE's favorite phrase. And then the main event, though. So, yeah, Fiend ate Finn Balor. And then the main event, Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar again. I don't know why.
mental breakdown?
No, it's nearly. Actually, I am going to have a mental breakdown now because I've seen you've got points for this, Beans, and none of us do. I can't afford this right now.
Can I just respond to your statement with a...
Oh!
Again.
Celebratory.
Damn right.
Shocking behaviour.
It is shocking behaviour. Positively shocking. Anyone got anything to say about this terrible finish to the show?
I didn't have too much of an issue with it, to be honest with you.
I didn't mind it as much.
I don't like Cespedes champion again, but...
Yeah, the fact that he had busted ribs, Lesnar capitalized off of the busted ribs, and then somehow got the John Cena bullshit finish off on Lesnar. No, I'm not happy.
I like the Lesnar picking him up by his bandages.
That was great. Like that is legitimately impressive. Like, it's one thing to do that to Charles Robinson, but he's 7 years older now. Rollins is, I don't know how much heavier than Charles Robinson, but he's an athlete, probably 20 pounds or more. Like, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no way that it can help him to do it either. So it's
dead weight. Just to balance him on that, he's a beast. It's true.
I must admit, thinking about it, I mean, don't really agree with the result, but that match did kind of make you appreciate what a beast he is, really.
Yeah.
He is a pretty special kind of guy.
And that's why I didn't mind him being champion for the last 12 years or whatever it is it's been.
Yeah.
Because he's not around a whole lot, and when he is, he's impactful, and he's like a world champion. He's great. But now going back to Seth Rollins again means everything they've done since Money in the Bank, even WrestleMania, I guess, is just we're back to where we were. Why did we do any of that? That's my biggest problem with Raw every week. It's just the same segment they do over and over. There's not really any story there. It's just this guy doesn't like this guy, or people are chasing R-Truth, and then the next week they're just chasing R-Truth again. Or Maria says something mean to Mike Bennett, and then she does it again the next week.
I think that is actually, I can't think of anything else. You might be able to correct me, but the 24/7 thing, I think that is actually the only ongoing storyline right now.
Well,
it's after every week.
Yeah, it always gets a consistent booking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was when it was Drake Maverick, when he's trying to consummate his marriage, but the title's getting in the way. Even that was the same thing every week, but at least we went from place to place, and there was something.
I do have to admit, when he went across the other announced teams.
I was just going to say that. That was
yeah,
funny.
and when he was like, "I'm trying to consummate my marriage," just started thrusting to one of the commentators. Can't fault them. They're putting 110% in them too.
Yeah, I never really liked him, especially when he was Spud. But this new character, it's not new as such, is it? But the new lease of life he's had recently is just kind of funny.
He's better than managing the AOP.
Well, yeah. Is he still technical manager?
Probably.
I think
he still does 205 Live.
So is he still technically GM as well?
I think so, yeah. Last time
I checked,
he said that he didn't want the other stuff to get in the way of his work as GM, so he's like playing two characters at the same time.
Yeah, it is a bit stupid.
Not fair play to him. He's a lot of it.
It's when he was signed, I thought this is a guy who isn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, how is Rockstar Spud going to survive in WWE? Just don't see it.
He didn't. Yeah, exactly. He didn't see it happening, but
he's done great. So yeah, we're right back where we were, and it's painful to watch now. Nothing goes anywhere. If you're going to have Lesnar win the Money in the Bank, progress things. Have like a middle and an end to the story, instead of just doing the start and then the start again. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And now they're doing it with Randy Orton and Kofi again.
Yeah.
They did a match, it kind of just didn't end, and now they're doing another match.
I don't mind that as much. I think they're going to end up going into Hell in a Cell, aren't they?
Yeah, at least
it's
and
October
Rollins,
soon.
At least Lesnar and Rollins had an actual finish, as opposed to like, well, the match is over.
Well, you just imagine Lesnar's going to be back fairly soon because he's going to be on the Saudi show.
Oh God.
Cause
when is
that? Well, he moved it forward, didn't he? It's the end of October.
Uh-huh.
So,
And I'm going to say he signed a contract, hasn't he, till next year, hasn't he?
yeah.
So he's
I guess-
around for another Mania, isn't he, I think?
Didn't that thing say he gets something like 1.5 million for doing this Saudi show? So
Yeah.
he'll be there.
Contract till May 2020, I think it said.
Yeah.
So he's still very much involved, but obviously they're not looking at the title now for him.
No. So I've looked up the network events. Apparently the next show, even before Clash of Champions, is UK TakeOver in Cardiff.
Yeah, Cardiff,
Yeah, that's-
31st of August.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So that's going head to head with All Out.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. 'Cause
Oh.
it's UK, isn't it?
UK time. So it's
So-
on the same day, but not.
It's the same day, but it should
Same time.
just finish just before All Out starts. So.
The sad thing is you can watch NXT TakeOver Cardiff, and then you can watch All Out, and it still won't be as long as WrestleMania.
Awesome.
Even probably with the break in between, as well, to have something to eat and a drink.
I was in Cardiff today, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, drove right past the Motorpoint Arena.
Not going to it?
I haven't got a ticket. I don't know if anyone in the company is listening to us and wants to throw out a media pass, but
Come on, Beans, where's your
plan.
contact?
Hey, I struggle to get a media pass for me, never mind someone else.
well, probably not then.
Right, totals.
I did actually want to. I was toying with the idea when they announced it to go to it, but we actually have an event on the one Saturday that I need to work, and it's that Saturday. It was just like, well, okay, maybe next time.
Beans, you're in the lead by 3. Chucks is in second
Oh.
place.
You know, Smoot trying to move things along.
Yeah.
Will's now
Hell.
in third, and I'm in last now.
I'm quite happy with this move along. How much of a lead do I have again?
By 3
gonna-
points.
Woohoo!
3 points, yeah. 41 to 38. So,
41, 38, 32, and 31.
yeah. I was going to tell some stories about my.
Kofi Kingston was the one person that screwed me up from getting a full house on this.
Well, yeah, it screwed us all over.
Yeah, but if I'd have got like one match right, I'd have got every match right.
It's true.
Yeah, you should have fucking patty powered that or something.
Probably.
Or whatever.
They probably would have given you money back for that result as well. So you would have won.
Actually, yeah, if I'd have predicted the whole card. But
Yeah. I don't know if they'd let you do the whole accumulator on everything, but you could have made something.
Yeah.
bastards.
Yeah.
I feel
So
a
what
bit
we
down
doing?
now, which I shouldn't be feeling after such a successful event.
Yeah. So no one's happy with that then. We all lost, and you
Yeah.
feel screwed.
Look, WWE, it's their fault.
Smiles on faces, eh? What are we doing, Raw? Or we got something else?
Yeah, where are we going? Yeah, we could talk about Raw. I didn't catch SmackDown this week. I might do that a little bit later. the main takeaway from Raw was either the King of the Ring announcement or the fact that WWE is still using Skype in 2019.
Using it quite poorly as well.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on the King of the Ring here first? Let's get into that.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of like it. It's gonna the idea is it's gonna make someone that isn't a star right now into a star. So.
Well, I guess we could talk about the field.
Like they could have done with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the field for this Monday looks like this here because they released the brackets, if you will.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's
Go ahead.
Finish that sentence.
sorry, I got distracted by the bracket. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh dear. That was it. Yeah, because the next pay-per-view Clash of Champions is like 5 weeks away.
Yeah, the final's going to be at Clash of Champions apparently.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's September 15th, so we are 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
So I'm presuming because obviously you've got the Raw on the left and SmackDown on the right that both nights are going to be the full tournament bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Say again?
The ones on the left have all got red under them because I presume.
Oh yeah,
Raw.
it's Raw and SmackDown. Yeah.
So because they said it takes place over Raw and SmackDown on SmackDown, so.
I imagine it'll be 2 weeks because I say the final is going to be at Clash of Champions. So.
Yeah.
They should do 2 matches per show per week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drag it
Yeah,
out.
I mean, I'd be happy with it. Yeah, because the only thing is when they announced it, I thought, well, at least they've got something to do for the longer build to the next show because they're so used to doing a 3-week build that they haven't got a clue what the hell to do if they've got more. It's either a Raw reunion thrown in there or something like that on them kind of things, just to break that week off so they don't have to worry about creatively bookings. And
Yeah. Exactly what I thought. It would be one of those 8-man tournaments that do it all in one night, and you end up with like King Sheamus,
Yeah.
bad King Barrett.
But so who've we got? So I'm guessing that we're probably going to
this whole
get.
thing out.
Yeah, you're going to get Drew McIntyre against Cedric in the finals of the Raw side, I think.
That could happen. Yeah.
And you'll probably
Baron
get...
Corbin's back.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to win it. King Corbin's got a ring to it.
Oh, fuck's sake.
And they for some God knows why reason, they actually like him backstage.
Yeah.
So, and it's normally a heel that wins. So, there's my pick.
I
Baron
can probably,
Corbin.
yeah, I don't think Cesaro's going to win. So that would leave Joe.
Yeah. So it's got, but then they can't do Joe versus Drew McIntyre, so it's got to be Ricochet winning that one.
Samoa Joe, yeah, I could see Ricochet winning that first one.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
We got Cedric Alexander, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn never wins.
Neither does Cedric Alexander.
I didn't know Rico
Fair
was in.
point.
I would say Zayn would win that. Well,
Really?
Actually,
No, Cedric Alexander,
No.
so Baron Corbin can beat him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put Ced here. Get rid of that. Okay.
This is some great paint skills.
Yeah. So Corbin's definitely winning this.
You could have just like copied and pasted, cut out the name, pasted it in.
I know. Corbin's got too long of a
Ced
name
and
here. Okay.
Orb.
And SmackDown, let's see. I can see Elias. Well, Elias is 24/7 champion. Does he really need to be King of the Ring?
No.
I
But do you
think
remember?
Kevin Owens is going to get screwed, isn't he?
Yeah, so I'm thinking that, and also I'm going to book the whole thing here. It's
Okay.
not going to happen, but I would love it. A couple of weeks ago, Elias ran into Chad Gable backstage and called him like a little guy or something like stupid like that. Maybe this is going to be revenge. Chad Gable beats Shelton Benjamin, his old tag partner, beats Andrade, meets Elias in the SmackDown finals.
Jesus Christ. I think you're clutching at straws there. I think Murphy's going far.
Ali, okay. Yeah, I think, Shelton Benjamin.
Ali to beat Murphy.
Yeah.
Nah, I think Murphy's going far.
Well, you keep thinking that.
Shot down. Jesus.
What?
I just predicted the entire fucking SummerSlam card and I got shot down for that.
It's true. If there's anything we should be listening to, Beans' opinion on booking this pointless shows. Andrade has to beat Apollo Crews.
Don't even question whether Andrade and Apollo Crews.
Chad's not going to.
Do not cross out Andrade.
I'll just put Andy.
Andy?
Andy
Andrade.
A two-story Andy.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot, yeah.
Oh no, it's Randy Orton making a shitty entrance.
We've come full circle.
I think Ricochet would win over Samoa Joe.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, if they're pushing Corbin, then yeah, okay. I got that. It's not going to be Cedric Alexander, Samoa Joe.
I'm just going to put Corb.
You've also got to remember one of these is going to get absolutely battered and then struggle all the way through to the final but lose.
Probably.
Yeah, that's Chad Gable. Then we've got what? Elias and Ali.
Fucking.
Yeah, Eli and Ali. Yeah.
What the hell?
Let's go. I think I would go with.
See Ali winning.
You kind of sold me on this Elias Chad Gable thing here.
Yeah. See.
Really?
Oh god.
Well, either that or Ali Andrade, because I don't know, they kind of stop with Andrade.
I'm getting the apprehension that the creative team gets with Vince when you're drawing this out with what you think should happen.
You can just imagine Vince chalking this out with crayons.
Yeah, it's just like I've spent ages mapping this out, and then you just got a tablet out and just started fucking doodling all over it.
Who would win against Elias and Chad Gable, though?
You're not going to have Elias and Corbin in the finals, are you?
Yeah, so it would have to be Chad.
Oh my god!
Well, and he has to beat the guy that made fun of him, right? So yeah, it does have to be Chaddy Gable.
And then
King Chad.
I'm trying to think of a forfeit that I could do if this tournament lays out the way you've just wrote that.
And then we have. I'll put a nice little eye there.
You can deduct 5 of my prediction points if this pans out.
Oh really?
Yeah, Smoot, you can have
you
my
heard it.
5 points if this happens.
Oh nice. All right.
What's he gonna write? It's gonna be a C.
Constable.
Oh
Constable.
Jesus! Not in Mortal Kombat.
I know. Constable. Corbin, right?
You gotta spell them all with K's.
Yep. Well, actually, I could do that, couldn't I? Hold on.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
King Constable Corbin.
Yeah.
I hope you're going to tweet this out.
Oh, I will. I will.
There you go.
Ta-da. Okay.
Trusty comedy classic. Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Cooling.
I can't believe the talent that's in this tournament and you booked that.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be wrong.
That actually looked
You
legit.
you took out Cesaro, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Buddy Murphy, all in the first fucking round.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they do.
Like,
Yeah, they do that.
oh, no, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's just how I would book it. I mean, I don't know how you would book it, or if WWE would listen to you, but I mean, you are the insider for them.
I know that Vince uses a yellow highlighter now.
He probably would.
I think it could be Ali and Andrade
Yeah.
instead, and then Ali versus Corbin in the final.
As ridiculous as all the other matches, I think you've got the winner right.
You might be right, because Elias has the 24/7 title.
I think Drew and Ali will be the actual main final.
Drew and Ali.
No.
Drew versus Ali. Interesting.
King Drew. I don't know about that.
King Corbin, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
King Constable Corbin. I told you.
If he fucking wins it, I'm so unhappy.
Yeah.
I'm actually tweeting this out here.
I'm still in shock.
Why?
Because you just butchered that tournament.
Okay, what would you do? Quickly run us through. Cesaro, Samoa Joe.
Um.
Hold on, here. I'll use a different color for your beans. Which color do you like?
Fuck's sake.
Which color do you like?
Just cut out the name and paste it into the next part.
No, he's going to spend the next 25 minutes. Right. Are you ready yet?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got it.
Oh, sorry, right. Cesaro's going to win the first one.
Already wrong.
I know. We're going to go wacky bookings, or we're going to go my style.
That could be a hell of a match, though.
Okay. Keep going.
McIntyre beats Ricochet.
Just gonna put Drew. Okay, keep going. I'm with you so far.
Cedric beats Sammy.
Really? I'm just gonna put Ced. Okay, I don't want that E. But keep going.
Corbin beats Miz.
I like that we all have like Miz just being a fucking waffle in the first round.
Yeah. Since he moved to Raw, he's done nothing.
Yeah.
He was actually getting somewhere on SmackDown. Flew too close to the sun.
Keep going. Keep going, Beans.
And then, so what we got? Then it would be Drew will beat Cesaro.
God. Actually, I don't like that D. There we go.
Oh my
Yeah.
Cedric will beat Corbin.
Wrong already. Go.
How the hell is he leading the prediction game with this?
God, man.
I know.
And then other side, Elias will beat Owens.
Okay. Eli? Go ahead.
Ali will beat Mercy.
Really? So,
Yeah,
so
I think
that you're piggybacking off of mine.
What? No.
This is what I predicted.
Believe me, it won't be in a minute.
Okay.
Oh no. I'm wondering whether Shelton Benjamin will even show up for the match.
Who's going to win out of these guys that never win?
Yeah.
Total jobber, isn't there?
Chad Gable will beat Benjamin.
Okay.
That feels like a match where someone's going to get written out and like
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar will be substituted in or something. Someone they actually like.
Okay. All right, keep going.
Andrade will beat Apollo.
Yeah.
Landy.
King Andrade's got a ring to it as well.
Yeah, so is King Andy.
Oh.
They're never going to call him Andy, I'm sorry.
Chad Andy.
Chad Andy, yeah.
It's the NXT name.
Ali will beat Elias.
What? All right? I could see that happening because, like I said, Elias is 24/7 champion. He doesn't really need to be king of the ring right now.
And then Andrade or Andy will beat Chad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you got here?
And then Ali beats Andrade.
So you have Ali going to the finals
Against Drew.
Drew Ali.
Mm-hmm.
And then Drew wins it, probably.
Okay.
But you could go either way on that final.
You could see Ali winning.
King Ali.
Prince Ali, surely.
That's why he'll come second. Drew's winning.
King Drew Mac.
Why'd you write King in lowercase and then the name in capital?
Emphasis, you know.
King Drew.
Anybody else want to fantasy book this here?
If you found a quicker way to write it, I would.
Yeah, no.
This is painful.
I mean,
I must say though, I think my chart, just from a handwriting perspective, looks a bit neater than the first one.
yeah.
The colour's better.
Yeah,
I think he's
yellow's a
got
terrible
better
choice.
at doing it over time.
Yeah, yellow's an awful choice. I'm sorry.
Although it does not look like everyone.
Blue.
Well,
I like the SmackDown side of Beans's and the Raw side of Smoots, I think. They will play out kind of like this, but with Corbin and Ali in the final.
Somehow with Corbin as king.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really want it to be like you did it with Elias and Gable in the SmackDown final, but
We'll see. I mean, it could happen.
there's this GM telling you it's a terrible idea.
Oh goddamn, bro, that's good shit.
imagine this in the booking meeting. They do this, and then Vince just goes, "This is shit. What are we doing? Just scrap the thing."
Well,
At some point in the next 4 weeks, it's going to go, "What the fuck? Who the hell is Chad Gable? What are we doing?"
I've just had a text off Vince saying, can you upload the font used on your predictions so we can use them for our next pay-per-view poster?
Get my hand right. Alrighty. I mean, it can't be that out of the question.
Oh, hang on, he just sent me another message.
Oh.
It says, fuck the Miz.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Anything else about Raw? Do you want to talk about?
Raw. What happened on Raw?
It was great to see Steve Austin, even via Skype. That's pretty much it. That's the only thing standing out. Revival defeated R-Truth, becoming new 24/7 champions, believe it or not. This is the first time a tag team's become 24/7 champion in the title's history. And then Elias defeated R-Truth. Somehow in the midst of that, after the Revival had it, Elias got it, and R-Truth got it back, and now Elias has it. And once what is he? Once Spud's wife or whatever, right? Drake Maverick's wife or something. That's like the new thing on social media.
Huh?
No, I didn't see that. What did he say?
He has the title, and now he wants to steal Drake Maverick's wife.
I see.
Yeah, and now like his wife is like following him on Instagram now or something. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah. Anything else? It was great to see Braun Strowman back after, being off for a couple of weeks since Extreme Rules, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But why did he help out Seth Rollins? Why does he care?
Because he wants the title.
So he helps the guy out?
Yeah, make him think you're on his side, and then you clobber him when he least expects it coming.
And then what? You just get a title match?
Yeah.
Because you club. Oh, yeah, actually, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is WWE. Like, that's how it works, man.
You make friends with someone, turn on them, and then you get the title. Yeah, okay. You've sold me. He's playing the game. Braun Strowman gets it.
Yeah.
SmackDown opened with Kevin Owens bragging about beating Shane. Then Shane comes out, and Owens isn't happy about it. Shane then fines him $100,000 for attacking an official or something, whatever it was.
The special
Elias.
Yeah. And Owens is really unhappy about this. He says, that might not be a lot of money to you, but to me, that's my family's future and my kids' college and whatever. Thinking, it is a lot of money, but didn't Batista get fined that for, blading or something? There was something crazy like the $100,000 for doing nothing. And he didn't complain about it because he's rich.
Yeah.
He's like a mega star, and $100,000, while a lot of money, is manageable. It's not like it's going to put him in the poorhouse. I think surely, I don't like this relatable thing where these wrestlers are just like us, got a lot of heart. They do it for the fans and whatever. He's supposed to be a professional athlete, and yeah, he got screwed. That's a bigger fine than he should have got. But do you really then need to get all pissy about it and go to your boss's office and argue more and smash a TV? Just pay the fine.
The bit that made me laugh was when they came back from the break after that. Shane was trying to turn the TV on. He was like, "Yep, it's broke." There's a fucking hole in the screen. What you hoping, even if you got the power onto it? Anyway, sorry.
I have to add that onto the fine. 100,000 and
he did. He said make it 105 and then threw it, didn't he?
£5 for a TV is a bit steep.
It must be a really good TV then.
Even so.
It's strange how it didn't smash like that one that Shawn Michaels went into that time.
Oh yeah.
It smashed and the graphics stayed on it.
Yeah. It's almost as if the screen was made out of plate glass.
Yeah, again, it's the same as what you were doing in the match, though, with Kevin Owens, where just as they go down the route of booking him like Austin, then they book him like Kevin Owens, which is understandable because they're trying not to probably go too far down the Austin route with him. And they probably, on paper, when they wrote it, thought it would probably be better because, like you said, it would be the relatable thing to do with people. But it wasn't something that you kind of rally behind.
Yeah, see what you mean.
There's part of you that wanted him just to do what Austin would have done and just batter him.
Just batter the guy. Yeah. I'll pay the fine.
Sorry. Yeah. It's just showing a graphic here. Let me throw it up on the stream. Yeah. Tell me that's not like sugar glass. Come on.
Well, I just want to know how a TV, even after being smashed, is still displaying the highlight reel logo. I mean, I guess that's why the Geratron 5000 was so obscenely expensive.
Yeah, there you go. There's your answer.
What's the guy in the orange shirt doing under Sean's elbow?
Oh,
guy
I
in
don't
the
know.
orange.
He's looking at the trunk, probably.
Yeah,
He's
looking-
not-
I don't know. It's just a weird angle that I don't know. It looks quite eccentric.
What's Fred Durst doing there in the bottom right?
You're not more than do shell and stuff.
Yeah, weird. What else happened on SmackDown? Sorry.
I watched it just before this show, and I can't remember a damn thing.
I don't know actually, which is quite fun.
That's great. Nobody remembers. Nobody remembers.
We didn't talk about Sasha Banks coming back.
Oh, that's true. She came back.
Yeah. Mainly 'cause-
The big reveal that she doesn't have purple hair anymore.
yeah, now
She
it's blue.
turned heel and took the purple hair off and say, it's blue now. I'm a dick.
Yeah, I thought she'd like join SmackDown or something.
Yeah.
Well, that was the whole purpose of it.
No, only assholes have blue hair, apparently. That's a heel.
One or two of them chair shots were a bit close to the head. I think she did get her in the head once.
Yeah, I was going to say when she was fighting with Becky on the outside and Becky started kicking her off.
Yeah, she got a bit.
Yeah, that looked quite like you're going too far kind of thing. Back off, you've hurt me kind of thing.
Get the frig off me.
Yeah.
Did you see the fan phone cam of the cameraman?
Yeah, going up and down. Yeah.
Oh god, another one. They just go way too far with it. The bit where what match was it on SummerSlam? I think it was when Kevin Owens was hitting Elias with the chair on the outside constantly. And I was watching it with two of my mates, and all three of us had to look away from the screen while we were doing it because it was that intense. The swinging of the camera, it was just like, jeez, it's just too much.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, do we have it? Oh boy.
It's Ryan Satin, your favorite guy.
Who?
I don't like Ryan Satin. Sorry.
Well, he stole it from someone else.
Oh,
so
of
try
course
and
he
find the
did.
original.
What a shock! Somebody who once worked for TMZ stealing something for somebody else. Oh, that's absolutely unheard of, Chucks.
That's
Oh
actually one.
shit! Yeah, I was gonna say she does hit her in the head as well.
Yeah, that's actually the chair shot I was talking about as well. Yeah.
You can tell by her reaction when it bloody hurt.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
why shaking the cameras around is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
can't
It makes
spot
things
it.
look softer.
Because like with the camera, yeah, you see the camera guy just going up and down and whatnot. Here, I'll quickly throw it up on the stream. Because you can quickly, you can kind of see it like right there. She gets partially clobbered from the seat part, the backrest, if you will, of the chair.
Is that not kind of the bit with that really busted Cody open in AEW?
Yeah. But Cody also didn't get a hand up for the spot.
Well, no.
That's the other thing.
Well, that potentially is a lot worse because it's the back of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, as well in Takeover, Adam Cole took the Tornado DDT out the corner and hit the top rim of the chair
Oh,
with his head.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but you know, like how they set the chairs up where they put two sitting down facing one another, so you're supposed to land on the seating part, and they'll obviously both fly away, kind of thing, when they hit them. They went to do that spot where he was supposed to DDT him through the chairs.
oh, this is the
But it
original
can put-
poster. Thank you, Chucks.
Yeah, it's a bit longer.
Quite a few times she gets her on the head.
Oh God!
I hate that bit, and it's not Becky's fault. They all do it. The bit where they sort of bent over waiting for the chair shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You see
Hate
it right
that.
there. Yeah.
You just know what's. I mean, I know they can't do the headshots anymore for obvious reasons, but at least you couldn't see it coming, or you couldn't always see it coming. But when they do that bit before, you just know what's coming next.
but yeah, I had no idea how Adam Cole didn't get a serious injury from landing on the top rim of the chair.
I know I missed that match. Actually, I need to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, it's
I found it a bit disappointing. I mean, it was very good. Those guys can't have a bad match, but it was not as crazy and kind of, 5-star as all their other ones have been.
Didn't Gargano get a bit of a send off?
Yeah,
from the crowd?
I heard
Seeing
that he's like the next one to join the main roster or something.
Yeah.
Which
Again.
yeah, again.
Yeah, try again.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
I think it's the right time for him.
He's a great wrestler. I didn't like how the 2 out of 3 falls match was booked at TakeOver because it made him look like a complete idiot using the steel chair because he couldn't wait for the street fight stipulation of this match. But you see so many of these NXT hopefuls, and then WWE just doesn't do anything, or Vince rather doesn't do anything prominent with them on the main roster, and yeah. So anyway,
I don't know about calling him up. For some reason, I don't know what the reason is, but he's wrestled like 5 matches in the last 4 months or something like that. He just doesn't wrestle anymore.
Weird.
So going up to the main roster, I guess he's going to be expected to do more.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anything else from this week? Anything else of note?
Brian and Buddy Murphy.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And Brian, I guess, is supposed to be the heel, but he had a fair point that if you pin someone up against a wall with your arm across their throat, demanding that they tell you a name, you're probably going to say something. That is under duress. You can't. That would be inadmissible in court. So he just did the same thing. He had Rowan beat the guy up and said, "Tell the world that you were lying. Just tell everyone that you were lying." Beat up, smashed him around, threw him through some bins. Tell everyone that you're lying. He said, "I'm lying." Yeah. Probably wasn't, but it shows that you can make someone say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just going to be Daniel Bryan that was the...
I think it kind of has to be. Also showed that Roman Reigns was an asshole, though. Bryan demanded an apology. He apologized to Samoa Joe.
That's true.
Daniel Bryan demanded an apology. I've just got your proof that that was a lie. I didn't do it, or Rowan didn't do it. Apologize. He wouldn't. So Bryan said, "Next week, I'm going to bring you the man responsible for your incidents."
And that's going to be his career-altering announcement.
Yeah, they dropped that, didn't they? I was actually kind of interested in that.
Yeah, what the hell are they doing with that? What are they doing?
I generally don't think they know what to do much at the moment. I think.
I don't know what they. Yeah, I don't know what they. I don't think they know what they're doing even.
The Vince kind of alluded to it in the finance call, whatever it was the other week. He basically said they're kind of looking at the move to Fox as a bit of a relaunch for the company. So I think they're kind of just treading water really till that comes about. They don't want to make any big decisions until that's coming into play. So they're just kind of winging it.
I would do it the other way around if it's me.
Well, they should
start making changes now and then have it ready for get the big audience.
Apparently,
all right. The main event on that first SmackDown on Fox, rumor is it's going to be Rock versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels as a special.
If The Rock didn't quietly retire from wrestling, I could actually see that happening, believe it or not.
I do wonder whether they're going to get The Rock on it.
Yeah, I think
maybe via satellite.
Or Skype. They'll have Tom Phillips at the desk, just doing a conversation, and you see The Rock wearing headphones and next to a Blue Yeti mic. Just like they're doing like the weirdest podcast that you can imagine.
It just makes it sound like it's going to do some ASMR. Smell what The Rock is cooking.
I'd be down for that too, actually. If The Rock was just suddenly getting into the ASMR thing.
That'd be awesome.
Is there anything else? Anything else you want to add?
There's a bit of a news around NXT. The rumor was it was going to FS1.
Yeah, I heard something about it's going to be on USA Network possibly as well.
Yeah. The report basically says that FS1's a bit of an awkward situation because they show baseball a lot. And they can't really move baseball matches because they can go for quite a while.
Right.
So going to USA is a bit more safe for them because they know they can guarantee it being on. And it'll get them a bigger number as well.
Yeah.
So that's the only bit of news, really. Well, apparently CM Punk had a fight with a fan at an MMA event yesterday.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I saw the video, and it's basically audio because you can hear, the scrap happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounded like a fan was like getting way too close to him at the commentary position, and Punk was not having any of it. So, yeah, I don't know.
What about Edge doing the spear?
What about Edge doing anything? That was kind of wild. He hit the spear on Elias, and it makes it look like they're setting up for like a match on Raw or something,
But they were always. I've always been under the impression that they would never clear anyone like Edge because of his neck.
Well, Bryan was supposed to be, retired, and look what happened.
Interesting that they've actually allowed him to do it.
Maybe he went to a legitimate doctor that's last name wasn't Maroon. just saying, like.
Yeah, maybe right.
Anything else? Anything else besides that?
Can't think of anything.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to get out of here then. Sorry, yeah, I think it's we've been on long enough. This is a good hour and a half of healthy discussion. We could just pad the other half hour with like commercials or something later in post, or something like that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for us. We'll be back next week. Do we have it? Is there another show next week or something like a pay-per-view? When's All Out? When's that AEW thing?
The week after, I think.
So
Yeah,
2 weeks.
31st or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, we should be back next week unless something happens or one of us goes missing or something like that. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that. Maybe it sound like a kidnapping is about to happen.
I'm just gonna say, I'm really concerned.
He's threatening to kill one of us.
No! No.
I'm gonna be concerned now. Right, everyone, if you get a tweet off one of us, we must respond within a minute. Because if you don't, then I'm gonna be, well, if it isn't me, I'm gonna be in touch with the authorities.
Okay. Alright. I don't know why I said that. It seemed really weird. Anyway, we'll be back next week. Hope you have a great weekend. And enjoy the King of the Ring on Monday. When King Corbin and wins it. King Constable Corbin. There you go. Good night, everybody.